Welcome to the first episode of SWAT, Savvy with All Technology.
So what we're going to do is come up with about 4 or 5 different news articles.
Things that we think are interesting, and we hope that you find them interesting too. First topic, and it's everywhere right now, is Netflix. Back in July, they raised their rates as much as 60% to all their customers, and the only real notice they gave was an email. But anyways, when they announced this back in July, I mean, the whole country was enraged. Twitter feeds were ablaze, Facebook posts were ablaze. There was hashtag pound Netflix sucks, pound Netflix is stupid, you know.
Just pound Netflix.
Just pound Netflix, yeah, basically.
It's like a harder economic time, and now we're going to jack up the prices a lot.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I can understand that the streaming is in more use than they thought it originally was going to be.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, everything's streamed. Phones, you got your tablets, you got your all your Blu-ray players.
But yesterday they decided to send another email by Mr. Reed. Pretty much all his email says that they screwed up, they apologize, and they're not going to do anything about the pricing, but they're going to confuse the whole mass of America by switching all the DVD by mail, all the Blu-ray by mail over to Qwikster.
Which they didn't realize that Qwikster is a Pothead.
It's a Potheads Twitter account, and you can search this online. And the guy is trying to sell his Twitter account now, and he's probably going to make quite a bunch of money. Netflix is going to stay streaming.
I think they did that because of all the stuff that already streams everything.
Yeah.
Just figured
Yeah.
So it'd probably be easier just to switch the mailing service name. Now you're going to have 2 different queues, you're going to have 2 different websites, 2 different bills. I think that's why they jacked up the price, so they could say, you know, hey,
well, I think, yeah,
it's the same price. It's just 2 companies. Well, we just jacked it up 60%. I don't remember that.
I think back in July when they did all that, they had this ultimately in mind. Now people got to go to 2 websites, but Qwikster.
And let's spell it. Qwik. Seriously.
They will be offering games at an extra price, at more cost.
That's reasonable. I mean, if you look at GameFly, it's insane and not worth the money, but
yeah,
maybe they will be.
Star said we're not talking to you guys anymore, probably until after they figure out what they're going to do, because their stocks have just plummeted like crazy. The only good thing I can think about this thing is that Netflix will grow their streaming library. That's the only way they're going to be able to stay in business. So I don't know. I think they've made a huge mistake. I think they had a great idea, and they did a great job at first, but then they got greedy.
Google Wallet.
Google Wallet is basically a service that allows you to pay with things from your phone. So it's basically having a credit card on your phone. The only phone that has it right now is the Samsung Nexus S from Sprint, which is pretty much Google's phone. Google's the first to launch a digital wallet. There's been a lot of companies, talking about releasing it, but they're the first to release it. The only partners right now are Citibank and MasterCard. And
Which means if you have a Citibank or MasterCard card, you can link it to that
wallet.
No,
it means if you have a Citibank MasterCard.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So, yeah. They're offering a prepaid MasterCard, Google is, for those of you that don't have a Citibank MasterCard. It's pretty cool how it works. It uses NFC, which is Near Field Communications, which is supposedly, I haven't been able to play with it because the Thunderbolt or the LG doesn't have it, and there's a Chihuahua. It uses an embedded phone chip that utilizes NFC, which is in Near Field Communications. It allows communication between 2 devices wirelessly at very short distances. You've probably seen those PayPass things.
Yeah, there's some gas
stations. That's what the phone's gonna. I mean, you can pretty much just hold your phone up and bloop. Yeah, your phone is a credit card. That's why it's a digital wallet. Google Wallet. If you have a Samsung Nexus S from Sprint, comment. Let me know how it works.
Do a video response.
Verizon announced it's going to slow down speeds for its highest data users, and this is only going to affect
top 5%.
Yeah, it's only going to affect the top 5% and on the 3G network. So if you're on the 4G network, apparently you can use as much as you want.
At least until you hit your 2
At least you
gigabyte
get the
mark.
2 gigabyte, unless you're grandfathered in and get the unlimited.
So basically, they take everybody's data usage, and then they say, okay, this is the top 5% of the data usage, and then they say, okay, we're going to not throttle, but network optimize you down.
What they say they do is they send a traffic cop. I'm serious.
I am the law.
They send a traffic cop onto the network, and it sits there and sees where it needs to slow down and put speed bumps where the main users that are taking up the most bandwidth are. And they say it's different from throttling because throttling slows down your network for a long period of time, whereas this won't slow down your network hardly any, and it won't be for very long, which I think is complete BS.
Which is only as long as you're in the top 5, so until someone else passes you in the 5% mark, maybe?
Yeah.
Then they get slowed down?
They get slowed down. I don't know, it's BS to me. It's throttling. That's just become a bad buzzword.
My question, I guess, is like, how much data usage difference is it between those top 5% people and regular usage?
Well, the majority of people, I would say 95, probably more % of people won't notice anything.
Yeah.
And they'll be thankful for that. I mean, they'll just read this and I don't notice anything. But from the things that I've read, they say if you use 2 gigs of data or more, you'll probably notice the slowdown. So BS is throttling. They're just full of crap. They don't want to let you know. So they're going to throttle you.
So it's like, okay, you can stream Netflix now, you can tether up to 27 devices, you can do all this stuff, but you only have 2 gigabytes to do it. So anyway, speaking of bandwidth usage, Gears of War 3, midnight release. If you pre-ordered it, you get a multiplayer character. I don't know about you, but I'd rather get something, but a multiplayer character. It's like you pre-ordered Left 4 Dead 2, you get a baseball bat.
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's not even a different person. They're just dressed differently or something. It's like, okay. We get Dom and a thong. I mean, I don't care about that. Microsoft came out with this new thing. I don't know exactly when it came out, but maybe it came out for this.
Yeah.
It's the Gold, the Xbox Live Gold Family Pack. Gives you 4 gold accounts for $99 a year, which is less than it would cost for 2 because it's like $60 a year right now. The thing about these gold things is you can the family packs is you can only get them through your Xbox. You can't go to GameStop or whatever to get them. You have to actually get them through the console.
So can you share the 4 with anybody? Like
basically what you have to do is you have to get your Xbox, and anybody that's on it, you can share it with it. So if we bought a family pack because Crystal and I play, and you needed one too, and we had gotten the family pack because it was cheaper than buying 2, we could actually recover your account to mine. You know how you can pull it up and say, recover my gamer ID? You actually recover it to my console, add the gold to yours, and then you recover it back to yours, and you'll keep the gold account for that full year.
We need to make that happen because I don't have a gold account anymore.
And so, and what you could do is you could actually have, if you had 3 or 4 people that you wanted to do that with, you could end up getting a gold account for $25 a year per person rather than $60 a year per person. So I don't know how long before they crack down on that, but
I'll give you 25.
We'll put the link down in the description bar down at the bottom. Always want to do that in the description bar down here. So anyway, back to Gears. They're gonna have the Berserkers are back. One of the, in the first one they had the Berserkers, which are the blind guys that they run at you and all that, and they didn't have them in the second one. They're bringing them back for the new one. There's also gonna be some new weapons. They're gonna have like a butcher cleaver and a sawed-off shotgun.
Also, butcher cleaver.
And then one of the things I like is they're gonna have a one-shot sniper gun
for the campers.
Sniper rifle. Yeah. They're also gonna have new playable characters. To make a couple guys, and also 3 new female characters, which my wife loves because she likes to play online. I guess they're marketed towards that or whatever. But they actually have 3 different characters that are female to be able to choose from.
They're going to be like Butch?
Yeah.
like the guys?
Bruce. Yeah. They're going to introduce a new multiplayer mode called Beast, and it's kind of like Horde mode, but you can actually be the Locusts. And last thing, I guess, is the stereoscopic 3D. Well, that's all we got. And hope you enjoy it. If you like it, let us know. Comment. Do video responses if you got anything good.
Comment.
Or if you got any technology that we touched on. The more you like it, the more likely we will do more of these.
But if you did stumble across this and you're subbing to Blame Loot TV, 8-bit digital TV for your face. Oops.